Tune in, you know we have a lot to say, cause it's all about love and it's all about faith. Come join us as we live and grow. It's time to tune in to the MelnMo Show.
We haven't done one of these in a while.
It's been a very long time. Wow, when's the last time we actually had to do it? Like a sit down of us, just us.
But we haven't done one in a really long.
Yeah, it's been a really long time. Ready?
1, 2, 3. Welcome
What's
back.
up, guys?
That's why.
Is it what's up, guys?
I thought it was like welcome back. 1, 2, 3.
Welcome back.
Oh. Not this. Just 1, 2, 3. Welcome.
We've already clipped in, yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to our channel, and welcome back if you've been here before.
It's your girl Mel,
It's your boy Mo,
and we make up
the MelnMo Show.
Well, this time we're actually recording from the comfort of our own room.
Yes.
In our sitting area in our room. I know you guys were used to us recording living room style
Yeah, I think this is our first sit down
in our new house.
in our new house.
We did the one live, but it didn't count yet.
Yeah. So we're excited to show you guys little parts of our home in this way.
It's extremely fulfilling to be able to record in different areas and like be able to utilize different areas in our home now to record and just have fun and be transparent. It doesn't have to be like a whole production.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, let's sit down, let's get to it.
And also giving you guys a new visual instead of the same sit down in the living room from San Diego.
We just gotta get our mics so we can have it right here.
Oh,
get
wow.
real podcast.
Yeah. Even if it's like not working, just have it here. Just have one just like right here. We just gotta talk about it.
What's the topic today, babe?
We see in the comments a lot people that have questions on enlisting in the military. So we thought that we just do a quick little sit down on sharing each other's journey on the decision that came from us enlisting.
Yes.
And yeah, maybe we'll share some of our stories too.
You want to go first? Mine might be longer than yours.
Yours is long.
Yeah, I'm still in.
Sure. We'll start from a successful military career. Still,
You had a very successful military career.
Still honorable discharge, but just didn't
You didn't
decided.
make it a career.
Yeah, didn't make
retire.
it a career because that was my intentions going in. Though I wanted to be a lifer. I wanted to do 20 years.
And I'm the total opposite. I went in and I said, "There's no way that I'm doing 20 years in here.
Yeah.
I'm doing 4 and I'm gone." And it's almost like our roles switch.
And currently you're in your.
I'm in my 14th year.
She's in her 14th year, and I also know a lot of our audience has military background,
But a lot of people don't.
But there are, and even for the juniors of our viewers, if you're listening and military was an option, I would honestly say I think very positive towards it, but it definitely isn't the only option to a stable and a successful career.
It's a good foundation point for sure, but it's not the end all be all. I will say for young adults who 18, 19, or even older, because some people join later on, I will say it is a thing that can give you a great foundation. It can set you up for discipline, but it's all what you make it while you're in. It's not just going to be like they're going to give you the structure and once you get out, you have to kind of take the traits that are learned and then apply it to real life in order to,
Yeah, because honestly, being in the military can also just kind of like...
It can handicap you if you ask me.
Yeah. Get you real comfortable because they literally make the schedule for you. When you have to go to the dentist, when you have to go to the medical, when you have to go take these shots, when you have taxes, when taxes due, you have a tax department that you can actually just bring your LES and they'll literally take care of everything for free.
LES is a leave and earning statement. So like how the civilian sector will have a paycheck, LES is how our paycheck is broken down and our entitlements, etc.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make sure we highlight, just in case we're saying words and it's like, what is it, LES?
I got you.
So, okay, let's kick it off. So, I enlisted out of Brooklyn, New York in 2008. I was in college. I was playing basketball. I remember my recruiter actually lied. He was like, oh, don't worry, you can play all Navy college. Not all Navy college. He said you can play all Navy basketball in the Navy. This is in the third.
That would have been dope.
He lied.
Is there?
Yes, you can do it, but it's
still?
not. Yeah, it's not how he made it out to seem. But obviously, he told. Yeah, Billy Tate. Oh, it's 2. And I was like, oh, well, I'm trying to leave as soon as possible. I just need to get out. And I enlisted, and I didn't have a designation. I didn't have a rate. And when I got to boot camp, they were like, do you want to play with bombs? And I was like, build bombs? Man, do you know what it would sound like when I go back home and say, yeah, I build bombs? So I became an AO, an aviation ordnanceman, and that's what I am to this day. AO, the best rated in the Navy. Obviously, I'm going to feel like that. IOYAs, if you ain't ordnance, you know the rest. But if you know, you know. That's my story on how I came in.
Well, why Navy though?
The Air Force didn't want to take me because I had tattoos on my neck.
Yeah, they're strict.
They were really strict. Like, no, it's not happening for you.
They're not as strict as Marines, but...
And I was never going to go to Marines. The Marines tried to actually get me. And I just was like, oh.
Oh, you would have excelled.
That's not my thing.
Well, you're excelling anywhere you go.
I would have excelled. I agree with you. But that's it. When I look at it now, that would not have been my lane. Like, you...
True.
The Marine was way too strict. It was way too... It's a lot. I wouldn't win this in the Marines. That's not my thing. Okay. I love the discipline and structure, but it's not my thing. Here you go.
Okay. So what led to my decision in enlisting into the Marine Corps? Marine Corps specifically, no other reasons than it looking like it would be the most fun branch. Shoot guns, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, but so basically after high school, I was supposed to get into... Well, I got into a school, a pretty good school, UC Davis.
Okay.
It's a UC, so it was pretty good. But I got kicked out. I got kicked out because the final grades in my high school didn't meet their standards now. So I got kicked out. You literally 2 weeks before the semester was supposed to begin. So I was left with like, bro, what? Huge disappointment to have to even tell my parents. My mom was so proud of me, but yeah, telling her that was really tough. But anyways, from there I was just at a dead end where I'm like, okay, what do I do? Because it's only 2 weeks before the semester was supposed to begin, so I can't even apply to any other colleges or anything. But basically I just worked like full time until the next opening semester, and while I was studying I just couldn't decide on what I wanted to study, and instead of just taking classes after classes in college, I figured, hey, like, stop wasting time and let's build a foundation through the military, and that's how kind of like how I...
Going to college is one route, but you can also go to college in the military, which I did. There definitely is pros and cons, of course, as in anything that you do. But joining the military for me, like I said earlier, was 4 years, and that's it. Honest, transparent background. When I first joined, I think I was really rebellious in the military because I had such a sheltered life that I could not grasp the fact of like the authority figure and people telling me what to do that I didn't feel were competent, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So I just had a lot of pushback. So it was really hard for me my first 4 years in the military. It was extremely hard. And that's why it's so, whenever I see people that I served with way back then and they see me now, it's such like
a different person
because they really matured me in a different way. I just felt like I'm smarter than this. Like, I don't have to listen to you. Like, why am I listening to you?
Oh, I got you.
I didn't understand that concept of like, it's an authority figure. There's a chain of command for a reason. I just was like, no, I'm not doing this. And I used to always be like, don't worry about this, because don't worry, after 4 years, I'm out of here.
My point of view is like totally opposite almost. Like, going in, I wanted to have a 20-year career, hit that retirement through the military. So basically I had like a very open mind. Like, I had a positive, like, even though it was Marine Corps boot camp, like you said, the authority, like that's like the definition of having authority over you. Like, do this just because of the rank on your shoulder.
And you were cool with that.
And I just took it as the culture. Like, it was like, that's the culture of this, where I understood it, but at the same time I'm still learning from how to lead this way and the other way, you know what I mean, how people can do it. And I'm like, whenever I'm on that rank, I will never, be the
change you want to see.
That's how I kind of seen it, and through that I learned a lot about myself, and that is also the reason why I actually got out. Felt like I can use these skills and these knowledge about myself, and I can bring it out to the real world. And
for females wanting to join the military, the Navy, you end up going to boot camp. when I enlisted in 2008, you used to have to cut your hair. Boot camp is 8 weeks, no phone. You're allowed to use like the pay phone to call family and
For
stuff.
female Navy, it's 8 weeks.
It's co-ed.
Oh yeah, you guys.
Yeah, we're joined. It's not just an all female.
Oh yeah, I'm tripping.
I don't know. I can't speak to what it may look like now. I have had friends that they went on to be drill instructors, but I don't really know what it looks like per se now. But I know you used to have to cut your hair. Don't quote me. I'm not sure if up to date that is how it is now. You get 3 square meals. On Sundays, you get to write letters, holiday routine. You learn your curriculum. You learn how to fold. You learn how to make your rack, which is a bed for us, and a ship. You shine your boots. When I joined, we wore utilities. So I went through like 4 different uniform changes since I've been in already.
That's great.
3.
That's
I
a lot.
wore utilities, then I wore the blueberries, which is the blue camouflage, and now I'm wearing the green, and then a host of other uniforms.
Okay.
So you do
It's
all
like
those.
the Navy history, uniform history, all of a sudden.
Yeah, people have these questions that don't know. And then
That you guys go through like uniform changes. Okay.
when I came in, it was like the postal uniform. But boot camp is all what you make it. I believe that the whole goal is to break you down in order to build you back up, that you can conform to military life. And I know for sure when I first joined, even after boot camp, I was a great sailor in boot camp and stuff. But when I got to the fleet, I had a very hard time conforming because I'm just like, well, this doesn't make sense. And I'm so big now, especially being on the military. And I wished the personnel that I worked for back then had an open mind to being able to see things through a different lens of junior personnel that's coming in, because sometimes they have a better way to do things. But all you ever usually hear is, well, this is the way we've always done it. And it's like, but the way that you're doing it is ineffective.
Or not, that's the only way they see it.
That's
They're
the only
not
way
open
you
for
see it, and some people aren't open to it because
Right.
they still grasp onto the culture of, back when I joined the Navy, it was this, and da-da-da-da. But times are steady evolving, and mindset shifts are big, and it's needed in the military. Even though you're going to get the task done, you can say, well, I figured we can do it in this way, and it actually might be a better way forward.
Right.
So that's what I started to take on when I got into a leadership role, is like, I listen to my people and like, oh, okay, that's dope. I ain't ever look at it like that. Sometimes it's a good idea, sometimes they be reaching, like, but yeah, that's what I like.
The thing about military is you're gonna work with people literally all around the world, from every cultural background, religious background. That's one of the positive that I'll say, that you get to work with people from total different walks of life.
I agree with you. You do learn different things from different people because there's so many. It's such a cultural and diverse place that you can learn.
So that is
things.
definitely a positive.
I would say the pro about being in the military for me was I met some of my closest friends while being in the military, especially from being stationed at my first command. It's like some of those people I still talk to this day. So you kind of build lifelong friendships with people because you go out on deployments where you're seeing this person every single day. You just have a different relationship, you know, with those type of people. But that would be one of my pros, is like gaining lifelong friends
all around the states too. Like whenever you visit a state, it's like, oh, like
my homeboys here,
yeah,
my homegirls
like
here.
hit them up. Yeah, for sure. It's like a fraternity.
Yeah. What's a pro for you?
A pro for me, you can't get that kind of camaraderie. You guys go in through, tough times, physically, sleep deprived, like together. You know what I mean? Just like all that together, and still have fun while doing it. It's different,
Con for me, being in the military, would say, like we spoke on earlier, I feel as though the military can sometimes handicap you in the way that it's almost, because everything is so convenient for us, everything is laid out. When it is that time for people to get out or do, it's like the military is the end all be all. There's no outside, because if you're excelling in the military, you're not thinking about civilian sector, or you're not thinking about, I can take these things and apply it in the real world. So I see so many people, senior personnel, when juniors are saying they're gonna get out, and they're like, well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do outside?
They downplay you so hard. Like, yo, there's more to life than just military. Yeah.
Military is great, and especially someone that's still serving, it is great. You shouldn't limit life to just that, because to me, the military is a stepping stone, and it was a way for me to be able to take those things, apply it to my outside life, apply it to things that I want to excel in. But it's not, if I'm not in the military, I don't know what to do.
There's a lot of people that does 20 years, hits that 20-year mark. Yes, it's great that you get the pension, but they always go back to working again. So it's not like you're gonna hit that 20 and now you're gonna live at the beach with a cocktail in your hand. You know what I mean? At the age of 38.
If that's the way you set it up.
You could, yeah, if that is, yeah,
I'm
for sure. But man,
to live with
from the people that I've met, they don't have to work as hard, that's for sure. But yeah, like people definitely most of the time do go back to work to get another retirement, so that's great for them. But yeah, this doesn't mean that you're gonna retire.
I know one side that I get questioned about a lot is how do I balance being like a mom, a wife, and still being in the military. I will say it's hard because being single, when I say single, not married, and being in the military is like I'm still just responsible for me. There's no separation anxiety for me if I have to leave my family. Now being in the military and just like the thought like, okay, I have to deploy eventually. I have to be away from my husband, be away from my son. It's a hard pill to swallow because at the end of the day you still know you have a job to do. But there's that thing of, man, who wants to leave their family? Like the average person is just leaving their family unless, you know, something bad happens or they have to go do something. It's not like leaving for 2-3 days or a week for a business trip. It's more like I'm going 9 months or 6 months, whatever, a year. It doesn't matter. So that is a hard thing that you have to take into consideration when you do decide like, okay, I'm going all the way with this, is that you'll miss big moments, you'll miss important moments, you'll miss birthdays, you'll miss anniversaries, you'll miss games and things like that. So that's one of the caveats.
And you can't make it up till you get home, you know.
Right, it's not like you like, all right, FaceTime. I can't FaceTime you on the ship. There's no service for me to FaceTime you. You can email and things like that, but that's just a downside for me.
But you know, everybody's different, but that is mainly what happens though.
And our situation is so unique because you used to be in the military, and I don't know if I don't even know if we would have lasted if you were still in the military, like doing military to military. Yeah, active. That's strenuous.
That is very strenuous. Cause
I get hats off to people who were doing military mill to mill. I think that would be really hard. Because
they are demanding, and military does respect family situation, but at the same time, when your name is called, your name is called. You know, like you have to leave, and it's kind of like, well, my wife's, you know, it's kind of like
nobody cares about that.
Yeah.
Make sure you have a plan in place.
Who's the closest family, you know?
Yeah.
For real.
So
it can get rough like that as well, but also that is also what you signed up for, and that's my cons too. Well, no, that's not my cons, but one of the cons is like it's kind of like it's not your body.
Yeah.
For that.
You go where they tell you.
It just doesn't feel like
and when
it's
they
your
tell
body.
You to go. So, but the military is great. It has a lot of opportunities to excel. I know me being a woman and the field that I am currently in, it sometimes does get hard because I'm in a male-dominated rate.
Right.
But it's a mindset thing, and you have to be very strong-willed and just know what you want out of life, know what you want to do, and go after it. There's a lot of no's, but there could also be a yes in there that can cause you to propel. So I will say it's all what you make it. I'm very appreciative for my support from you, especially being in now and knowing for sure, you as well as my mom and our friends and family that are here, wherever, that if something were to happen and I have to deploy and do whatever, that our home is taken care of. I don't have to worry like, oh my God, stuff is all out of rate. I'm stressed. I don't know what's gonna happen. So it is great. And then it's amazing because you kind of understand what I'm going through from being in the military. Yeah. So it's not just somebody. So why can't you call? Why haven't we heard from you? Well,
why can't you just have that one person do that? Well, the situation, then they can't be together. Like, I don't know.
Right. So it's amazing having someone who has prior knowledge to it. I know you were in the Marines, it's a little different, but you get the concept nonetheless. Of course. Would you let Cairo join the military?
Of course, I would. But I would also. He will definitely be aware of what he's signing up for. Than I was.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I actually might be the parent that try to talk my kid out of it.
Like, you might buy him a car just like your mother.
That's why we have to create generational wealth. I don't want him to feel like he can go in for sure. If say he wants to be a pilot, he can do whatever he wants. That's what he genuinely wants to do. Like, okay, but I would for sure be like, look, you do not have to do.
Especially this day and age.
Yeah, I was like, you do not have to go up place. Everybody wants their kids to be an entrepreneur and stuff like that. I want him to be whatever he's passionate about. That's the honest to God truth, because He might not want to be an entrepreneur. He might want to be a cardiologist. He might want to be a surgeon. I don't know what he wants to do. I can only groom what his passion is. But outside of that, the military is a great place. If you had any advice to give to someone wanting to join the military, what would it be?
An advice would be, if you do enlist, just to keep your nose clean. That basically means stay out of trouble. Just do what you're told and you will stand out. Just that, you will stand out from your peers, where you'll be, you know, have the opportunity to get meritorious boards and stuff like that.
That's for the Marine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Meritorious boards? At all?
You can get cap, but somebody's just gonna put a package. There's no board or anything.
Oh,
for it.
okay. But yeah, you guys have
we
other
have
benefits
different
that's like
things,
so much better too.
For anyone, whether it be a parent or someone that watches us that's thinking about enlisting, my advice would be, do your research, choose a job that you sincerely know that you'd be passionate about, so it doesn't feel like a job that you're not annoyed. Know that not everything is gonna be perfect, but it is to an extent all what you make it. If you have the mindset that it sucks, then it's gonna suck. If you have a mindset like, I know what I want to do and I already have a plan for my life, then go about it that way, and it'll work to your advantage. It's not easy, but it's also not hard.
Of course, talk to the recruiters too, as well as talk to your friends, family, neighbor that's a veteran. Get their feedback on it. Just because the answer is coming from the recruiter, don't just trust it, because they're just trying to also meet their quota sometimes. So you will have some, you know, bad apples in the recruiter field, where they're just gonna sign you up. They're gonna tell you one thing and sign you up for another thing.
Yeah.
So watch out for that too.
Yeah, be careful. Just do like you said, do your research. Just make the best out of it.
Yeah.
Make the best out of it. That's the best thing. Have a plan. Have a plan for what you want to do, how long you want to be in. Obviously, with life changing, things happen. So you might say you want to do 4 and end up doing 14.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But just have a plan. Go through with it. Have fun.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get to see some amazing places, meet some amazing people. I met my husband.
I'm so glad you talked about how like you can explore and see like crazy.
I met my
places.
husband in Hawaii, in paradise. Just imagine. That means it was like meant to be.
Yeah, you'll meet loving people, and that's coming from somebody that's still in right now. We're striving to hit that 20 year, and someone that just did 4. I still have no regret. If anybody asks, I'll always say I'll enlist again. I had a great experience.
Well, thank you for your service, babe.
Well, thank you for your service.
I appreciate it. So
Yes.
Memorial Day is not for veterans. It is for the ones that have actually lost their lives, that did serve.
Yes.
You know, rest in peace to those who put their life on the front line, or even while they were active duty and lost their life. So it's not for us. And I see people misconstrue it too a lot.
Sure.
But Memorial Day is for those who lost their lives,
Glad
and
you
sending
pointed that
love to their families, for those who served and didn't make it back home. We wish each and every person a happy Memorial Day. But thank you. Thank you for your service. People always ask you if you're still in. I'm like, you cannot have a beard in this.
Yeah, no, I
in the
don't know.
military.
I think I look far from being in.
Yeah, you have to have a shaven face, a haircut. It's actually hair regulations and stuff for the military.
But again, you know, special ops.
Yeah.
I don't. I look like a killer. I look like a killer. I understand that.
Boy.
Wow.
But that was just to give a little insight. We didn't go too deep. If you have any other questions, like we said, y'all can go in the comment section.
Hit up in the comments. You know, your questions might help others. But if it's too personal, hit us in the email. The comments would be best.
Yeah. It's your girl Mel.
It's your boy Mo.
And we'll see you next time.
One, two, three, four.